All right, folks, we're going to just go ahead and get started. And we want to thank you all for joining. We know that this time of the year is quite hectic and everybody's in the thick of everything. And even more so these days, it doesn't seem to, everyone's more in the thick of many things that are affecting their programs, which we're going to talk a little bit about. We just want to remind folks this is a virtual meeting and that it is being recorded and that we do acknowledge this land that is named for the Ute tribe, which is a traditional and ancestral homeland of the Shoshone, Paiute, Goshute, and Ute tribes. The University of Utah recognizes and respects the enduring relationships that exist between many indigenous peoples and their traditional homelands. We respect the sovereign relationship between tribe states and the federal government and affirm our university's commitment to a partnership with Native nations and urban Indian communities through research, education, and community outreach. I'm Dr. Annie Isabel Fukushima. I know everybody in the room, but in case if this is our first time meeting, thank you, welcome for joining us. I'm the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Studies, and I run the Office of Undergraduate Research. I'm joined by members of my team who will introduce themselves.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Angie Leva. I'm an academic program coordinator for the office.
Oh, I'm Shelley Parker. I'm the events manager for OUR.
Yeah. So these are two very important people. If they're emailing you, please do respond. So we appreciate your communications. We are not a team of just three. There are many folks that support the Office of Undergraduate Research. You've probably interacted with members of our team as well as our student leaders. And just as a reminder, the program partnerships, beginning in 2017, the office started organizing summer program partnerships. And in 2021, we renamed this group to OUR program partners since the meetings and activities for some of the partners occur year round and not just in the summer. So I wanted to just appropriately rename it to OUR program partner, where we share knowledge resources, foster an academic infrastructure to support undergraduate research, create visibility for research opportunities, and support you all and your research teams. And we cannot do this work without all of you. We are in partnership with you all. So thank you for joining us. And so right at this moment, we do have 22 MOUs signed with folks across campus. If you're interested in referring a colleague on to join in partnership with us, please just have them make an appointment with Angie to meet with me, and we'll kind of go over any kinds of questions and all of that and what partnership looks like. But for us, this just makes it clear of what the office can do for us in supporting your teams, as well as make it very clear. And then we then communicate out if you ever want to share events, activities as partners, you can always send things to our newsletter, us to promote in our newsletter because you are in partnership with us. So we just want you to know if you've not been doing that and you feel like you want to take advantage of the full facet of it, please do let us know. So the agenda is we are going to talk about very briefly supporting researchers amidst transition. Then we're going to get into our summer programming. We're going to spend the bulk of that, some reminders and discussion. So is there anything that you would like to add to the agenda that isn't those big buckets? And you can unmute yourself or drop words into the chat. Well, you can always add anything in at any point, and just this is a discussion, and so we'll offer different opportunities to kind of share and reflect together. One thing we do want to acknowledge is that we are amidst a ton of transition, and I'm always on the verge of tears when I hear about our teams that are deeply affected. I just want to say that I don't know. I'm just feeling for a lot of our teams right now that have been affected by the federal transitions that are happening, that these are students, these are research teams, these are faculty, these are staff, these are communities that you work in partnership with, their lives being impacted and their experiences. And so I just want to first of all acknowledge that I think that it's incredibly difficult what some of our colleagues are going through. And so we just wanted to pause to share with you all just to kind of make sure that, we don't have a never ending bucket of funds, but we do have a deep well of will in the Office of Undergraduate Research to support you all. And so have been having conversations, been trying to push more conversations. But if you believe that you are affected by some of the federal shifts, which we've already become aware of, colleagues, so we won't out those teams. It is up to them how they share how they are being affected. And so you are unclear if you, all of if you are being affected, review your funds, assess what you can do. That's what we've been seeing other teams do, is figuring out where they can pull funds together and see how they can support teams or students in their projects. And if you've not sent out decision offers, what OUR did with one of our partners is that we sent out a wait list to hold off on making final decisions as long as we could until that team determined that it was best for them to just make final decisions. We did not want to make decisions for them, and we were willing to hold out as long as they wanted to hold out for. And so just wanted to share with you some of the strategies we've been taking for programs that have been affected by the transition. Some of the things is that we do have some other small pockets of funds that you all are already aware of with Europe, travel and small grants, scholarships, and all of that. But if there are ideas or ways that we can support you, so for example, if you all, this is one thing that we did offer to one other team, is they had scholarship funds that they could use, but they did not have the infrastructure. And so we are happy to work with a team to then provide that infrastructure so you can onboard the student through scholarship options, which my office does pretty regularly, is that we turn paid opportunities into scholarship opportunities. So just know there's already infrastructure if that's something you want to do. There is also other options that people are pulling funds together, and if you don't have the infrastructure to do it so that it's pulling many sources together, that's something we can also adjust our agreements with you. If it would help you to do it through the office, we can pull that together to pay the student. We don't take cuts of your money. That's not our goal. Our goal is to make sure that students are paid and that you are supported. And so that's some of the things I just wanted to share with you all about that we've been doing with some of our partners, and that if they're non-U of U undergraduates, that, I just want to remind folks to, if you're applying for grants and you're continuing, which many of you are, please do continue to see the office as wanting to provide a letter of support. Reach out to me. I'm happy to provide letters of support, collaboration, depending on the type of grant. You let me know what you need. I don't need to be the PI on a grant to support you all. In fact, we would prefer that you all lead your own grant activities out and all of that. But really, if there's something I can do to support you. But we just want to acknowledge that there are some difficult decisions that are being made, and that we want to acknowledge that those difficult decisions that are being made, and that the work that is being done by our colleagues amidst all of this, that you all are doing the best that you can, and we want to support you. If there's something we can do to support you, please do reach out. And so I just wanted to kind of go over that very briefly, and just share if anyone would like to discuss, if there's anything coming up for you. We've had some individual small group meetings with some teams, so don't feel like you need to use this, that we're calling you in. We're just saying, we just want to acknowledge if other teams want to talk or need support or have questions, just make sure there was room for that. So I'm going to stop sharing and just, before we move into summer agenda. Here it says from Gannett.
That was a discussion I had with some REU leaders yesterday. In order to, with many of us that have active REU grants, they have been listed, in speaking with my program manager extensively, they have been listed on DEI list. So there are internal questions internal to our team, just to be very clear, not internal to our team, about the commitment in moving forward with these REUs because of the potential of reimbursements from the foundation to the university. There are many other REUs across the country that have canceled for this reason. For departments like ours, they're smaller. It's very hard to make those type of financial obligations and commitments if the reimbursables weren't provided. And in speaking with other institutions, the University of Colorado is one of those that has moved forward. And I talked to their chairs and asked them how they were able to do that. And they said that they had a partnership with the dorm that allowed for kind of a long-term payment plan, many-year payment plan. And that allowed for the departments to feel comfortable that they could incur those costs if the reimbursable from the National Science Foundation did not happen. And I just wanted to point out that that was a really interesting thing to learn. I didn't think of that idea prior to yesterday.
So would you like us to set up a meeting with housing?
I don't think it's possible for us this summer at this point, but potentially for future years. I think that's a really interesting question as this continues, how it will move forward.
Okay. Gannett, well, I can go ahead and we can work with setting up a meeting, and then we can and you can determine if this summer or future what is possible. We'll let you decide what is best. But I'm happy to set up meetings with housing, if folks are interested in that. And then bring in, maybe I'll invite even Lori McDonald.
I thought it was a creative solution that they were
Yeah.
coming up with to deal with the current situation that we're all facing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. So Angie's gonna take down that note of that language, and then we will go ahead and set up a meeting. And then if you're interested in being in this meeting, please just send Angie a note and she'll make sure that you're a calendar invite. Otherwise, we don't want to assume that everybody wants to be invited to everything. So just send her a private message and she'll go ahead and make sure you get it works for your schedule as well. That's anyone else want to check in about this? Okay. Well, we can always circle back. This conversation is fluid and all of that. And I know we're gonna be connecting with you as well soon. So if others want to connect with the office, we really do want to support you all. And we're thinking of this in the long haul, right? This is your research and all of your programmings are not just for this summer. This is your work. This is your commitments that you all do. And so we want to support you. All right, thank you for that. We can always come back to things if folks want to, but let's just kind of move into the summer program schedule. And I'm going to now invite Angie to take over.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fukushima. And so we, like we've done in previous summers, calendar of events. We do have this available on our website, and then this is also just a shareable Word doc calendar that I can share with everybody as well. And we just highlight the specific spur required events for our students, but because many of you also send your students to like our education series, also have them attend the grad school mini expo and present at undergraduate research symposium. We find this very helpful to you all. So this is also something that you can share with your students so they can just be aware of everything that is going on in the summer. And yeah, so like I said, I can share this.
I have a question actually.
Yes.
So if you go back in May, I didn't see the mentor orientation is not listed. It's supposed to be on May 6th.
That's correct. And that is because this one is specifically for students.
Okay.
It's the student calendar events. And because, but thank you for bringing that up as well. Yes, the mentor orientation that is going to be facilitated by the Office of Undergraduate Research, that is going to be on May 6th. But yes, this is just for your students so they can just have something that they can keep and update. And then, like I said before, it is available on our website as well. Summer mentor orientation, this is exactly what Tina was mentioning before, and we'll just go over it again as well. So OUR is hosting a mentor orientation for faculty, staff, and graduate students, and it will be for mentoring students for summer research. And that will be taking place on Tuesday, May 6th, 11 a.m. It will be virtual. It will be presented by Dr. Fukushima. Attendees will learn communication strategies, research practices, and methods for supporting mentees across cultural difference. And the way the formatting is going to be is we're going to have 35 minutes of presentation, followed by breakout sessions for the attendees. And so I know many of you like having this so you can coordinate your faculty and your staff and your groups. So if you can all email me before the before the Ed series. That way I can make sure everybody who you would like to be invited is invited. And then that way I can also pre-assign the breakout rooms as well. So then as soon as the presentation portion of it is over with, we can break you out into your breakout rooms, and then you can coordinate your teams as you need. And so with that,
And for this, Angie, will there be any time for Q&A or discussion, or will just be 35 minutes and then they're moving on? Just want to make sure, maybe, can we just give like 10 minutes?
yeah,
for-
absolutely. We
Or
can definitely
15, something like that. And I think I saw in here is how much time you need for breakout session. I think this is important for us to know. And so
Mhm.
maybe can our partners, all of you here, kind of just let us know, like, how much time can we hold your attention in a Zoom room for you to do a session like this, followed by your breaking out? So what would make sense? Do you want 30 minutes afterwards, or like how long do you all need to kind of go over the logistics with your teams, with your faculty?
I think 20 minutes will do it for us, for
Okay,
our team.
great,
I sent those information already to
Great.
our faculty who will be mentoring students,
great.
and I asked them to register. So
Mhm.
I will keep
Great.
checking with them. And Angie, you will have the list of people who register, right?
That's correct.
If they register. So one of the things that we would like
Mhm.
to we'll be covering into our session, we're going to go through our expectations, I will go through our calendar,
Great.
and we are going to share also, I'm going to share also evaluation that we did last year
Great.
with
Great.
faculty. There were some few things that we wanted to address.
Great.
And finally, I'm hoping that you guys could share also those small contract between
Yeah.
mentor and mentee.
We'll go over that in the first half, Tino.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
I was going to share that as a resource because I know that's come up before. So I'll just go ahead and make that part of the first part presentation, mentoring cross differences, giving them that resource as the contract. Anyone else? And if you want, you can just also send Angie your faculty email list, and she can also invite them on your behalf if you want it, if that would help you.
For education series, I'm actually going to invite our events manager, Shelley Parker, to discuss more about summer programming.
Okay, I have the summer schedule set. I just have two that I haven't got an official title for, but we have the mentoring across difference, which is the mentor orientation on May 6th. We have two Title IX for students, one on the May 29th, one on June 2nd. We have Foundations of Responsible and Ethical Conduct of Research on June 5th. The data visualization and research posters on June 13th, and that's always very popular. The Intro to Public Speaking, that'll be on June 24th, and it'll be with the same presenter as last year, which was a great session. The next topic is Fostering Your Science Identity. It's going to be Being Human in STEM, but I haven't had the official title yet. The next one is Citational Practices. They'll cover regular and using AI. So I'm just waiting on that official title, and then we'll have the NSF Graduate Research Fellowship session on July 17th. The Grad School Mini Expo is on Tuesday, June 17th. That's the day after the university is closed for Juneteenth. Registration will be required. I haven't opened that up yet. And these are the sessions we have set up. Interviewing skills, Maya Holsey will do that again. It's very popular. Letters of recommendation, I'll be asking career services once I know the schedule. Maureen Matheson is going to do personal statements again. Matthew Pluster can do funding for grad school. We didn't have that last year because he was not available. And then we will have two panels for applying for grad school, one that's focused on STEM and one that's focused not on STEM. Martin Teasley will be doing a session on racial inequity, and then we'll have a grad student panel again, like we did last year, on how to thrive as a graduate student. And then I'll be asking career services to do a session on choosing between grad school and a career in industry.
So since we have you all, what do folks think? Does anyone have any feedback or questions about this programming?
And we're going to have tabling in another conference room.
Yeah,
Last year, everybody really loved the tabling, so we moved it to another room, so we have more room for these concurrent sessions.
So tabling would be for promoting your graduate programs here at the U?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
yes. Yeah, I'll send that request out. in the
Yeah, so
day.
Shelley usually coordinates those logistics. So if you know of somebody or you know, an office that you think should be tabling, just put them in touch with Shelley and she'll make sure they get the sign up information for that. But we also work with the graduate school, so they're also working with their graduate school directors.
So we'll have pizza again at 12:15 to 12:45. We're starting 15 minutes early. Annie will welcome everybody, and then we'll have the keynote, Dean Butt, from 1 to 1:40. We'll have our first break, and then our next session is 1:50, and there'll be 3 different options. We'll have another break at 2:30, and then at 2:40 we'll have 3 options again, and then at 3:20 to 3:50 is the break with cookies and tabling. And then 3:50 is our last session with 3 different options. And if anybody wants to help moderate a session, you can email me directly.
Yeah, we would love that. Or if you want to suggest any grad students, the graduate school will be reaching out to their graduate students, but if there's anyone that you're like, you know what, we really should get them on that grad school panel, feel free to also suggest a name, and we can make sure the graduate school, as they are considering different options, that they consider your rock star graduate student too.
Yeah, I think Gloria forwarded us some students that went through SPUR and then were in graduate school here at the U. So that was a really good idea.
Yeah, that's actually a good suggestion. So if you have any like summer NSF REUs or your NIH funded or whatever your funding streams are, you want to recommend that. That's a really good idea. Yeah. Oh, wait, we already did this. So
yeah,
there we go.
So
There's Shelley's email.
email me.
So summer socials, these socials are a chance for all undergraduate students who are doing summer research here at the U to network and get to know each other. So many of our events allow this for students to connect and get together, but like the ED series are all virtual. So this is a great opportunity for in-person networking, for students to build community, things like that. In the past, we've had socials that included volleyball, lawn games, bowling, and food trucks. We have noted that these socials are well attended when food is provided. So if you have the funds, definitely consider doing that, as well as the office also supports with promoting it. So as you saw in the previous slide, it was just an example of a past flyer, thank you, that our office has made. So as soon as you know the details of the social, if you've already contacted me, thank you. And then when I'll be reaching out again in early May to just confirm details if you have not already provided that to me. But it's just an example of a flyer that our office makes to help promote. And then we also strongly encourage that you consider enacting some sort of RSVP form, Qualtrics, form stacks, something like that, just so you can also plan better for food and the logistics of how many people to expect. As well as the office does support programs that want to co-host a social with $150. So that is also a good way to put your funds towards, providing that food or space. I know in the past, we've had partners that, rent out the bowling alley over at the Union, or they rent out some volleyball courts across campus. So that is something that can help with that. And so we do have some tentative and some scheduled dates already set for the 2025 socials. And so the first one will be on Thursday, June 5th, and that'll be hosted by 5 for the Fight. And then on the week of June 10th, we do have space open. So if you would like to host a social or co-host a social, please reach out to me directly. You can drop it in the chat and I'll make a note of it. But we do have that availability on June 10th, 11th, or 12th. And then on Wednesday, June 18th, we have a social that is going to be co-hosted by GSRM, NARI, and MAP. Tuesday, June 24th, Root will be hosting a social. And then on the week of July 8th, we also have availability. So again, if you want to just lock in those dates, contact me and I'll be able to schedule that for you. And then Wednesday, July 16th. This is exciting. This is one that our office has been coordinating with the Utah Museum of Fine Arts. They are going to bring in our whatever groups of students we have to tour their most recent exhibit, A Gateway to Himalayan Art. And so that will be very fun. We've never done this before with UMFA, so this is a great opportunity for us to partner with them. As well as we would like to also schedule something to hike the U, the big U that's
Wait, Angie, hold off before you get ahead of yourself. For at the UMFA, they're also going to be opening up their Acme session space. So
yes.
there's going to be more interactive art making as well as snacks. So there'll be snacks there. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for that. And yes, so we are in the process of scheduling a hike to the Big U. You guys have all seen that. It's just back here around campus. So we are, like I said, still in the process of coordinating that. So as soon as we have more information on that, we'll be able to provide it to everybody, as well as the office is looking into working with the Natural History Museum to also co-host a tour of one of their exhibits. And then we do have a volleyball and ice cream, which is to be determined. Chemistry REU and OUR will be working with that on that one together. But if, like I said, if anyone is interested in hosting or co-hosting, please let me know by May 1st. That way we can get it on everybody's radar and we have lots of time to promote. And then I'll invite Shelley to talk about the symposium.
It's actually on July 31st.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the 9 o'clock at the Alumni House, Thursday the 31st. It'll only be poster presentations, no oral presentations, no virtual. We're asking the students to register by Sunday, July 20th. And then we're doing poster prizes for the first time. So if any students want to be considered for a poster prize, they'll need to submit a digital file of their poster by the 24th. Yes, the university is closed on the 24th, so they can submit it by midnight on the 24th. And then we'll have poster evaluators review them the following Monday and Tuesday, the 28th and 29th. And next slide.
We'll just go ahead and update these slides. So when you all get them, it'll have the right dates, which will be July 31st and July 24th. And for the, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Shelley.
We have 4 categories and then the best overall poster. So if you want to help be a poster evaluator, you will mark down which ones you want to judge, and the students select up to 3 categories to be considered for. So if you want to be a poster evaluator on those 2 days, it's only virtual, then you can sign up with this QR code. And we'll also have poster evaluators during the event. And that will not be for poster prizes. It'll just be for learning outcomes. And we are going to have prize drawings, one for the poster prize consideration evaluators, and one for the evaluators that do it during the event.
So if you have any grad students that, love doing this stuff, we encourage you to have them do that during the symposium. We love having them walk around. Students really enjoy that. Getting to talk with somebody, leadership are welcome to do that, as well as if you want to be involved in the poster evaluation. We've had some, this most recent spring season of posters are pretty amazing. So, and they can always edit their poster when they print it out and bring it in person. So they shouldn't feel like their poster can't change. It's just that for the poster prize, the committee, the reviewing side does need to see this. And then there's a committee that will then make final determinations based on the score ranking of the poster evaluators. So please encourage your folks to participate in both, or either or would be great.
And the winners will get a big red ribbon to put on their poster during the event, and they'll have a prize winner ribbon on their name tag. So they will be celebrated.
Yes. And are we going to exhibit their posters in the library too, Shelley?
Yes, I believe so, but I don't know when.
Okay, great. Yeah. So, they end up just throwing away those posters. So why not make it do more work and have more audiences? So wonderful way to get your work audienced. Did anyone have questions about the summer programming? Do we need to check in? We're just going to go through some reminders of other things. But before we get into that, does anything coming up for you when you look at the summer programming? Any questions? Anything missing? Dave, you unmuted.
I was just going to say, you guys are very thorough. It's very clear, except for the July 31st, August 1st thing. I
Yeah.
mean, everything is clear. So I don't have any questions. So don't interpret it as lack of interest
Yeah.
for me
Oh,
anyway.
yeah. No. Well, I'm glad you all are feeling like you're just ready to go and all of that. And the team's awesome. They're working really hard here to make sure everything happens. So I want to thank Angie and Shelley for their leadership on this. The summer activities, I think it's going to be fun. I think that it may be a little different though, because we do see some affected programs. And so we may see, I think, less participation than we have in years before. That's what I'm anticipating. And so, yeah. And is it appropriate to advertise participant recruitment for a research study in the newsletter? Oh, that's a great question, Samir. Absolutely not. We do not promote so I'm sorry, we do not recruit people to be study participants in the OUR newsletter because then we would be that would be just too many opportunities. And so that is not the place for it. But if you want to share it on our socials, you can send it to us and we do share it out on our socials. And that's where we think it's a more appropriate audience if you're looking for that.
I just have a question
Yeah.
regarding, I know that some of us was affected by those federal budget cuts and all those kind of things. There's a lot of
Yeah.
RU that has been canceled.
Yeah.
So for those who are running summer program, could you maybe, for us, we took a larger cohort this year.
Mhm.
We took, we asked our program officer to help out. So
Yeah.
we took a larger cohort. So we have 10 REUs.
That's great.
And then we have 5 local students, and then I have 2 teachers. So my cohort is about 17.
Wonderful.
And I don't know, what about others? Do they have reduced their cohort, or how does it look like?
Most folks have reduced cohorts, and some programs have actually are not happening.
Oh,
Yeah. And so they're hoping that they can make determinations for summer 26. And so that's kind of, we're in a wide range of how people are responding. Some people have been able to pull funds, which we're very appreciative of our colleagues who've been able to do that for each other. But just not everyone's been able to do that. And it really is sad because a lot of the projects that are supporting our students are environmental studies as well as health. And so for us, these are very important for our society, and these all have societal impact and fit in our university's mission. And so to me, this is really sad because I think when a lot of people think of those diversity EDI stuff, I'm an ethnic studies scholar, so they're always like thinking of it in a particular way, but it's like the communities and research that have been impacted have been projects that I think do further society. And while they may have communities that they prioritize meaningfully and understandably so, they also support a larger society. So yeah, so I think it's all very sad that our colleagues are experiencing this. But yeah, there have been multiple programs that have been impacted. And OUR, our office is not impacted because we are state funds. And so we are okay. But when you all are impacted, that actually impacts us because we can't do the work without all of you. And so it does, when we tell our story, we're also talking about all of you all. It's not just our story. I know you're all going to probably those VPR updates. You're like, oh no, another point about transition. We're so tired of this. So, but thank you for, giving us space to kind of just check in with you all about it. We think it's important that we just want you to know we're here. And if there's any program that may not be, or research team that may not be involved as a partner that is being impacted, if we can support them, we want to really try to figure out how do we support our students. They're our priority. And so CS is like with you. And so just as a reminder, you know, our students do submit for SPUR to the Range Undergraduate Research Journal. This is indexed, searchable, findable. It does get archived in the library. And for our students, they can submit a one-page abstract. We also accept longer submissions, full-length articles. So, but we know for the summer, because it's so intense, that getting just an abstract in itself is maybe better, especially since our faculty are have intentions to publish their research and data elsewhere. And so, and their submissions must be approved by their faculty mentor. The faculty is the reviewer. So we just want to remind you about this opportunity to publish. Your students will be accepted as long as you approve them. And if a faculty cannot approve it, then that's totally fine. We'll make sure that's not approved. We do have the OUR database that we know our partners have been taking you know, advantage of, which we really love it. So please keep posting the opportunities. This database is not just for OUR, it's for any University of Utah research opportunity that is actively recruiting undergraduates, whether those undergraduates are going to be paid internship or for course credit. And so we encourage you to go ahead and submit here if you have any opportunities. And so our next program partner meeting is going to be August 27th. That meeting is when we are going to go ahead and check in with you all. Andrew's going to go ahead and send you all a calendar invite. I am going to just to share with you all, I'm going to be on leave in the fall. I start September 1st. So I could make sure to check in with you all, wrap things up, and then we start the next cycles of SPUR. And it will be my first leave since I've been at the U for the past 11 years. So I'm very excited to have a break and know that you all will be in really good hands when I'm on a leave. But I won't be gone. I'll just be on doing my other projects and research and getting other stuff kicked out the door. So just wanted to share that with you all. Sorry, it's not a slide, but just for you all to know, my email may change and it may be asking you and inviting you to reach out to other members of the OUR team. So, but yeah, so we'll do a check-in, make sure that we kind of just see how things went at the end of the summer, right there in August, so I can hear and also think about with the team how we think of the next steps before I go on leave, and have who steps in support that, which we will not have an interim anybody. It will just be me stretching out all of the things I do across many other people. So if you're interested in helping out with that, please let us know. We always love the support that our team, our partners give. So we won't be doing MOU revisions. And if your MOU is up to revision at that point, we will have it happen sooner. So then that way it doesn't have to happen while there is a period of lull. But I'll be back in the spring. So, all right. It's kind of scary to imagine I might be going on leave, because I'm like, what could happen while I'm gone? And it's not, it's not to my team. I'm just so terrified at these times, right? Because a lot can happen. So yeah, it's a little terrifying as well, but I need a break. All right. Any questions, anything coming up for folks? You all seem so serious. Faces are very serious. It's April. We're trying to get people graduating, aren't we? Huh? Yeah. So, all right. Angie, was there anything else we needed to check in about? And Shelley?
Nope. That was, bulk of it was summer programming.
Wonderful. So Angie will send you all the slides and the recording if you want to access that and share it with others in your team. You're welcome to. As you know, Angie is our steward of the space. So thank you so much, Angie, for getting us all together. And so at this point, Angie, will we have any meetings in the summer? No, right? Summer
do
just
not.
runs. Okay, great. So just if you're newer to the partnership, no meetings in the summer. Summer runs, next meeting August. And if anything comes up or there are questions, please just connect with Angie, especially about summer activities. And then she can make sure that we can troubleshoot with you if there's something that happens or comes up. But you know, for the summer socials, I think OUR really wants to support our partners, since a lot of the flexible resources people were using to support those summer activities are now going towards paying students. And so if please do reach out if you're interested in supporting a social but do not have the resources. You know, I think the hardest thing for us is the time. And so if we can put forward some of the resources, but you would help with the time, that would be huge. So yeah. Oh, right. Well, think about it. If anyone wants to go on a hike and wants to coordinate that with us, we don't even know where, I don't know where how to even get there. I was telling Angie, I don't even know where it is. I just know it's somewhere over there. So, yeah. So if you know where the U is and you want to sign up for that one, collaborate with that, please do. All right, folks. Well, we won't keep you long now. We'll let you go and let you get on with the rest of your day. We'll be in touch. Thank you for everything you do. Hang in there, folks. It's a lot happening.